recording. 5, 4.
Hello and welcome. Our next candidate is Ms. CherylPardue. Ms. Pardue is one of 2 candidates for mayor this year. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Pardue. Welcome. We'll get started here. Our first question, of course, really isn't a question, but if you could briefly explain who you are and why you want to run for public office.
My name is CherylPardue. I am currently an alderman with the town of Arlington. Why I want to run for public office, I feel that I have skills and talents that I can use to benefit our town, and instead of expecting someone else to fulfill that role, I figured it was my civic duty to step up and try to do my part in helping our town.
Okay, so specifically what qualifications do you have for the office of mayor?
For the office of mayor, the beauty of public office is there's no one certain path to running for public office. I do have the benefit of attending Board of Mayor and Alderman meetings for 6 years prior to serving on the board, and now that I've served for 2 years, I have intimate knowledge of how our town government works and our budget system and how each of the departments within our government work together. But I also have various backgrounds in serving our community in leadership roles with Main Street Arlington and Relay for Life. But more importantly than all of that, I just have a heart to listen to the residents and to serve the residents. This is a public office, and I feel that as mayor, it's important for us to have a good connection with the residents of our town because we represent the town and not our own self-interest.
Okay, so if you would, please explain your approach, if you're elected mayor, to managing growth in Arlington.
Managing growth. Our town is at that critical juncture where businesses are wanting to come here. For me, Depot Square has been and will always be the heart of our town, and so as we're growing, I want to make sure that we're maintaining the integrity of Depot Square. I want to ensure that Highway 70 corridor doesn't become a ghost town, that we have balanced growth throughout our town. Currently, as developments are coming to the board, we decide on them on a case-by-case basis. And so what I would like to do is to implement clear and concise guidelines and ordinances to direct these developments towards a long-term vision so that it gives our developers, it gives the town staff, and even the board just a consensus as we're growing and moving towards a particular goal.
Okay, so specifically what role should a mayor play in a successful community, in our case Arlington?
Yeah, a successful community can be defined in many different ways, and I believe that the mayor's role is to have a clear understanding of what our current assets are and how to protect those assets moving forward. So if we have a safe community, what are we doing now to maintain a safe community, and what can we do to ensure that in the long-term future? If we have a strong school system, what can we as a community do, consistently reviewing and assessing what that school system looks like and how we can support the school board and the school staff in moving forward to that vision. And I believe that the mayor's role is to always be working towards a long-term vision for our town.
Okay, so other than managing growth, what biggest obstacle faces the mayor in this next term?
Biggest obstacle? I don't know that there's necessarily an obstacle.
Or an important task.
Important task. I believe with the development is maintaining our budget. Right now I feel that our budget is not clearly defined in how we're using taxpayer dollars for certain programs. And so as development comes, there's more of a strain placed on infrastructure and town resources, and so I feel that we need to get a better budget system in place so that we can allocate funds appropriately, whether it's putting more money into sewer and repairs or to street repairs. If you expend money in one direction, you might sacrifice it in another. So it's maintaining that balance, understanding where we are with our budget moving forward, and again, always moving towards that long-term vision. What budget decisions are we making now that address those long-term visions that we have for the town?
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
We want to remind everyone that early voting starts August the 30th and Election Day is September 19th. Good luck in the election, Ms. Pardue.
Thank you so much.
And now we'll go to our next candidate.